Good morning. I hope you had a good Memorial Day weekend. We had Sarah's dad and his wife Karen with us and got lots of plants put into our landscaping around the parsonage. On Sunday, we had our ministry partner Bishop Titus Kamala and his wife Rose with us at the 8:30 service. It was wonderful and eye-opening to hear about their ministry and life in Kenya. If you weren't at that service, check out the video on our YouTube page. We post our worship service each week on YouTube. You can also watch our Bible studies under the video tab. It's a great way to stay connected all summer whenever you can't join us in person. You can give online through our website as well, stpetersanborn.com. There's even a way to give by text to St. Peter's. Thanks for supporting our ministry and giving back to God from what He entrusted to you. This week in our One Year Chronological Bible reading plan, we're beginning to read through the book of Proverbs. It's one of the three wisdom books in the Bible: Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Job. Each of them gives a unique perspective on how to live wisely in God's good world. Proverbs comes from the perspective of a brilliant young teacher who has great advice on all sorts of areas of life: work, relationships, spirituality, integrity, money, and family. Ecclesiastes comes across as a sharp, middle-aged critic, and Job sounds like a weathered old man who's been through a lot in his life. We usually think of Proverbs as a collection of short, pithy sayings about who is wise and who is foolish. Proverbs does contain many of those famous sayings, mostly in chapters 10 through 30. But the book begins and ends with a series of speeches from a wise father and Lady Wisdom. In Hebrew, the word wisdom does not just refer to intellectual knowledge, but also artistic skill. You show that you are wise when you put your wisdom to work by creating a beautiful life. Wisdom is an attribute of God, so learning to live well means growing to love and respect God and living within the boundaries that He places around us. The rest of the book contains hundreds of sayings that touch on all areas of life, like, "Those who walk with the wise grow wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall." Several chapters of Proverbs are attributed to Solomon, like, "The way of fools seems right to them, but the wise listen to advice." Many of them are quotes that people hang on their walls, like, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and your plans will succeed." Or, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." Or, "Train up children in the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it." Some proverbs have been made into songs, like, "The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it, and they are saved." Others bring a smile when you hear them. "Hope deferred makes the heart sick." Others smile, like this one. "Gray hair is a crown of splendor. It is attained by a righteous life." Some are more wistful. "Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life." Jesus quoted some of the Proverbs. "If your enemies are thirsty, give them water to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on their heads, and the Lord will reward you." God made the world through wisdom, and it is woven through the fabric of the universe. When we act wisely, we are living in harmony with God's wisdom. When we act in harmful, selfish ways, we find ourselves working against God's purposes. Things tend to go better for us when we live wisely, and worse when we don't. But life doesn't always fit into those simple categories of wise and successful, foolish and destitute. A lot of times, bad things happen to good people, while those who do evil seem to flourish. Sometimes suffering seems to happen for no apparent reason. That's why we also need the perspective of the other two wisdom books, Ecclesiastes and Job. Next week, we'll be looking at the book of Ecclesiastes. I'm attaching a link to the Bible Project's video for this week's reading, part 1 of their series on wisdom, looking at Proverbs. Enjoy watching it with your family, friends, or small groups. This Sunday, we begin our summer schedule. Worship at 8:30 and 10:15. Sunday school and adult class will resume in the fall, but we are continuing our men's Bible study on Tuesday mornings at 9 o'clock. So join us whenever you're available. Have a great week.